Rolling.
Rolling. You remember that song?
Yeah. Gunplay.
Yo, honestly, Gunplay has like a good song like really every once in a while for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like that song, and then when he was on Rick Ross's album, I feel like Rick Ross like the only one that really gives an opportunity.
He had a song with Kendrick Lamar called Cereal Cartoons and Cereal or something like that. That shit was amazing.
Oh, for real?
It was a classic record.
Was it recent?
Nah, it was a couple years. See, that's craziest thing. That's probably was song of the year when it came out.
Oh, for real?
I think it's called Cartoons and Cereal.
I'm gonna listen to that later. But hey, guys, welcome back to We Working. Personally, I feel like I got all like the shenanigan talk out of the way in the past couple episodes. I feel like I got it all out. You know how you go through shit with people and they say these fucking ridiculous things. I got all the ridiculous things I really had to say out, like all the misogynistic talk, all like the banter about relationship talk, and now I'm really willing to talk about the things I like to talk about.
Okay, I like that.
Let's talk about. But first off, I want to apologize because last week I said we had a guest. Something happened with the guest. My first guest. I guess that means I got to do this alone with you, LA, for a little bit because
that's fine. We can rock out.
Hopefully, they like the sound of your voice as well as they like mine. But I had to. Something happened. I can't really get into details. We're not beefing or anything. He just gave out too many gems, and I just didn't like that. I was like, "You're overshadowing my shit, buddy. Get the fuck out of here." But a few things. A little update of my personal life. So I started trading again. So I don't know. I don't really tell a lot of people, but I like to trade stock options and sometimes crypto. Not a lot of crypto because I don't have it in me to stay up 24 hours to fucking buy and sell. Like I sleep. So I'm back in trading stock options after a hiatus of like nearly a year, for real. Since I lost my shirt.
Bro, what does that mean?
To lose your shirt means to fucking like lose your whole portfolio. Like I had it was a crazy story. So basically, pandemic started, UE started hitting, and I was like, yo, I want to learn how to make other sources of income because I have a huge background in nightlife, and obviously you can't do any fucking parties during the pandemic. Can you not? I mean, some people did, and I decided to have some integrity and not do it because I'm sitting here, I'm like, bro, I don't want to be the reason somebody dies. It fucking sucks. I'm like, I don't want to have that on my head. I'm not really into that. I'm not really trying to have a party and then somebody's in the hospital and I got to do contract chasing because believe me and you, I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here like, hey guys, did you go there? Like, I'm not doing that shit. So instead of doing all that shit and putting myself through it, I just said, no, I'm not doing a party. So, so I got involved in trading stock options. I bought a few courses, which is another big hustle for real. Not like a hustle, but I guess for every bit of information, you gotta sometimes you gotta buy your way into getting it. So you can't just go up to somebody and say, yo, let me learn this, because you're not really gonna learn the value of it. So, for example, right, I can explain to you the basics of trading in my own, in your own common tongue, right? But you're not really gonna appreciate it to kind of go and learn more or take the next step unless you're charged.
Yeah.
So I paid for a course. It wasn't really too advanced of a course. I took it. I took it. I read the bullet points, watched the videos and everything. And after watching it, I'm just like, wow, I could have just read about this myself. But the way the guy kind of dumbed it down and kind of made it for me, I really appreciate it. And I still follow the guy. He's really good at what he does. You know what I mean? And everybody that's good at it, good at trading, they make a good chat, and they sell their knowledge respectfully. That's how it goes. Because you don't want to take your money. You can make one thing is you can make a lot of money in the market, but you don't want to take your money out of the market because of capital gain taxes. So they have to make revenue somewhere else. If they're a full-time trader, they have to make revenue off people wanting to learn how to make revenue of trading or finding out what trades they're making.
This sounds like the Forex niggas.
I mean, honestly, that's the one thing that kind of pisses me off with the people that do Forex. Not the people that really trade off the foreign exchange market, because there's a really good amount of people that trade properly off the foreign exchange market. I know this guy named Handsome.
Thank you, bro.
Huh? What?
You call me handsome?
No, his name is Handsome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, shout out
personally,
to him.
I actually have a gripe with him. I got to speak to him about it personally, but it's a gripe from high school. But he's doing amazingly as a person, and like with his trading as well. I must say, he only trades on the foreign exchange market.
Okay.
But he's not one of those people that says, "Hey, like sign up under me or do this or that." You know what I mean? Like I forgot what kind of marketing that is. Not network marketing. It's not affiliate marketing. I forgot what it is. But basically, like I don't like that part where it's like you're pretty much paying somebody monthly like 140 or something like that. I don't know what the rate is for real, for real. They kind of be on their team to kind of make the mistakes with them. I feel as if you don't learn anything. So like one thing is like the one thing I don't really like about like being in group chats and stuff like that is because now you're just looking for a cheat code. You're just looking for a way to kind of get to where you want to get to financially, and you're just following some of these steps blindly without really knowing. And the thing is like with trading, you got to know your ins and your outs. You got to know your P&L. So you got to know when to, scalp your call and say, yo, bro, fuck it. Like, I have a stop loss. Or, when to freaking hold and, look at indicators. So back to the story. So what happened was how I lost my shirt. I was trading, and I was trading every day. Like, I think I've invested maybe like 3K into the market, right? And I was trading for like a month and a half. Like, I had some wins, some losses, but I just kept losing. So I had like that $3,000. I'm now on like my last 300. So I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I'm doing some research. I'm like, none of this shit is panning out. And then I guess I made a few YOLO calls on Delta. So YOLO calls like out the money, expires in a week because they're weekly calls, monthly calls, and yearly calls. Like I bought really cheap options, and I bought like a bunch of them. That was the one way I really caught on how to really make like a lot of money trading options. Like buying like a call that was really cheap, very volatile, and buying it in bulk. Like kind of like buying a penny stock. If you buy 100 of something for $1, that's $100, and if it goes and the value goes up to $2, and you make $200. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to
quick maths.
Exactly. So basically, I YOLO'd my last $300 on some out of the money Delta calls, and over the span of 2 days, that $300 went up to about 8,000.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
Cha-ching.
I kept flipping them and everything. So cool. So I took out. No, it didn't go to 8,000. I'm sorry. It went to 20,000. It went to 20,000. I took out 8, paid my mom's bills, and then put 2 because I was trading on Robinhood, and I put 2.5 into my Robinhood. So I can trade options on Robinhood because you need $2,500 to trade on Robinhood. I mean, to trade on TD Ameritrade. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Thinkorswim gang. So, cool. Did that shit, whatever. Let that account really fall to the wayside because I was like, nah, I'm on TD. Like, I made my money. I paid for my mom's bills. I'm just happy. I'm chilling. So now when I have my TD account, here's where, like, the trading really got real. So you need 2.5 to trade on TD to trade options. And then like TD just looks so much better when you use Thinkorswim. It's a program. It's beautiful. You get to see the RSI, the moving average, the VWAP. It was fucking incredible. So what ended up happening was I started trading just around Amazon earnings. I got some amazing calls. So that 2.5 turned into $60,000.
Whoa!
So,
oh shit!
Yeah, but I wasn't ready.
What you mean?
I wasn't ready. So, as I started making more money in my brokerage account, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, all right, I'm not managing it properly because it's not real to me.
What you mean?
It's not real. Like realistically, the second I saw 60K,
the
second I saw 40K, I should have just liquidated, took it out, and said, "Fuck it, now it's real."
Okay.
But it's not real until you take it out. You know what I'm saying? Like something always happen.
Okay.
So what ended up happening was, I remember this shit like it was yesterday, bro. I was showing my mom. I was like, "Yo, mom," like I'm showing her. I'm like, "Yo," she's like, "That's nearly my size." I'm like, "Yeah, mom." I'm showing her like the charts. I'm like, "Mom, you gotta learn this." And then they made an announcement, right? That Amazon's earning date was getting pushed back a week and a half or 2 weeks, right? That shit, they announced that shit, the fucking stock dropped $100. So I went from 60 to like 40,000.
Okay, so why didn't you just take it out?
So I'm like, yo, I'm still holding for earnings. I'm like, Amazon smashed earnings. It's gonna hit like 3.5. No, it was like maybe it was like 3.1 at the time. I wanted to hit like 3.2, 3.3, whatever. Or was it 2 point something? I gotta look. It was like 2,000 or 3,000. I gotta look. It was a while ago. It was like July. So I'm like, cool. I'm gonna hit it. It's good. I'm on point. I want to make 100,000. I was like, yo, I want to make 100,000 off one trade and rather than keep trading, which is my dumbass mistake. So I'm like, cool. So I'm holding. I fucking have diamond hands at this point, bro. I have diamond hands. I'm like, yeah, like I don't know if you know, like my fake Twitter is Diamond Hand Law.
Yeah.
Like, diamond hands, motherfucker. So I'm holding, and the next thing you know, bro, I hold too fucking long, bro.
And you lost all that money?
Oh, bro, I lost my shirt. You should have seen me, bro.
Wait, like, is that a stop term? Lost my shirt, or you got so mad that you lost your physical shirt?
It's like a term, bro.
Okay.
It's a term, like, don't lose your shirt, but I literally just I lost my shit. Like I really sat there, like I saw 60, and I was like, yo, bro. And next thing you know, like I just did bad trades of that because I felt I was so high on the fact that I saw 60. I'm like, I wanted to see it again. So I wanted to chase.
So you ever saw 60 again?
Nah, bro.
Damn.
Most I saw again was like 20.
Damn.
And then I took that L and I was like, yo, bro, let me kind of get back in.
Woo!
Like honestly, it hurt so much, bro, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, bro, like I thought back, I'm like, yo, bro, I could have sold a few of the calls I had because some of them were in the money with Amazon. I could have sold a few. I could have re-poured or re-got in. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I could have bought a put. Oh, bro, I would have made so much money on a put on the way down. But I'm over here like sick, and I was chasing that feeling again.
Damn.
Like, you know, it's like you know, when you get that certain high and you want that high again, like you got it, you made it. And you're trying to do all the exact same shit.
Yeah, but it don't hit the same.
You know what it is? You get lucky. And
yeah.
at the end of the day, I was lucky.
Wow.
I didn't think about it like I got lucky.
So, what did your mom say when you told her you lost the 60 grand?
I don't know what she said. I don't remember, but I mean, she looked at me kind of crazy, like, like
that's a dangerous
said
game.
my real name and everything, bro.
Wow.
I mean, it is what it is, bro. One thing about it though, it taught me that like, you know, it's possible. So for me to see yo, this was $300. No, really it was $3,000 at one point, turned to $300, and then I turned it to $60,000 at one point. It just showed me that, like, yo, this is real. It can happen. Like, yo, I can make it happen again. So, for me, like, it kind of motivates me. Like, yo, once I saw it, I'm like, I can get there because, you know, a lot of things aren't fathomable to you as a black man. Like, you sit there and you see something or, like, you hear about something. You're like, nah, that's not possible.
Yeah,
that's only for, like, a white man or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get to that level. But then, like, you see... I mean, you can only imagine it, but then you start seeing them. Like, okay, if I saw a 60 and I made 60 off of 300, then I could have made 300 off that 60. You know what I'm saying? And you start saying, you know, that 300 could have made me $1 million, and I'd have seen $1 million in a brokerage account, and I could have invested in a long dividend stock that yielded monthly, and I'd have been valid.
So now, when you see a high amount, do you pull? Like, how do you keep your shirt?
Now, I mean. Now that I'm getting back in, that's my first day getting back in after a couple months hiatus because I got distracted and it takes like a lot of time to really focus on it. I decided to start, you know, so one thing I had to get back into doing was planning my exits and how much I was fine with taking. So one thing, like this one saying, you know, bears make money, bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered.
Okay.
So a bear is somebody saying, yo, the market's going to go down. It's going to go red. So you can put a put on it because you make money when the stock goes down. So
put is
like betting on the stock to go down pretty much.
Okay.
A bull move is saying, yo, you're bullish. You're thinking the stock's going to go up. Like it's favorable. So you're thinking, you know, so you'll make money from that. But a pig, you know, a pig is just somebody gets slaughtered. You know what I'm saying? So I was being a pig at that point. I'm sitting here not thinking logically, not thinking about my exit. So it brings you to the point where you're like, okay, you can enter a situation, but you got to know how to exit it as well. But that goes for anything in life.
Yeah.
So
I see where you're going. You cooking now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, cook with some oil. So, I mean, with anything, you really got to plan. And you don't have a plan. You plan, you know, you plan to fail. You know what I mean? You got to plan to succeed. So, one thing I kind of had to get back into doing was saying, okay, this is what I want my entries to be. You know what I mean? I look at the option profit calculator. I said, this is what I want to enter at. This is what, this is where I need to leave at. And this is the day I need to leave by. Because every day an option depreciates in value. So time is like your number one opponent. So I'm like, if I'm going against time and time constantly moves, I have to make sure I get out at a certain point before the time expires. So that's one thing I started doing, and it's just preparing yourself. But that comes with anything in life, though, for real. Like, even like when you plan like an event, if you're sitting here and you have like the right components, you're gonna have a smooth event. But if you sit here and you don't plan properly, like, yeah, you can wing certain things, but it takes a lot to wing certain things. Like, a lot of people can't wing a lot of things. You feel me? Like, in terms of like, say the audio messes up right now, right?
God forbid, please.
God forbid, though. But you're able to say, hey, I was orating loud enough where you can kind of pull some of my audio from your microphone in the seconds you weren't speaking, because you know how to think quick instead of scrapping the whole thing. Yeah. But that comes with preparation. So
and sometimes certain failures too.
Exactly. So you have to fail first too, which is another thing. Like, I fail all the time. Like,
it don't look like it.
Oh, bro. If you don't know, like, sometimes, like, I carry myself like I don't fail, and I joke about it a lot. Bro, I'll be taking L's. Like, and the thing is, like, an L is a lesson. And the thing is, you have to just get up and start over again. Like, I've lost tons of money, relationships, friendships, a lot of things that was very meaningful to me. Yeah. But you know what? The one thing you got to do is you got to get up. Yeah. And you got to, like, keep going, because, like, if you stop and you let all of it overwhelm you, then what? You feel me?
Nah, I feel that.
I looked at that 60 and I was like, damn, like, I could have kind of got way further, but then I'm like, you know what? Now I know what not to do.
Yeah, but damn, it be those lessons though. Why couldn't it be like 10 grand and then the next one is like, all right, 60, let's go? Nah. Why is it always that big joint that hits you and it's like, fuck, why this lesson?
Because you're not ready, bro. Like, you're not ready for a lot of things in life.
So I'm ready for 60 grand though.
Not just that, but I'm saying, like, so, like, you know what? Like, everything is ups and downs, but everything, it progressively goes up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you have high points, and then you go low, but you don't go lower than where you started before your high point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, even though I lost at 60, I still had 8, and I put that 8 towards my mom's bills. So, my mother's bills. Yeah. So, now, like, even though I lost at 60, like, I'm a little higher than I was originally before I had it.
Yeah. Plus, you got the knowledge of a person who made 60.
Exactly.
Opposed to who you were before, and you didn't know, like, you're thinking this 60 is gonna go to $1 million.
Yo, for real. So now I'm a little more realistic, and I know, like, what not to do. Now I'm sitting here a little more cautious, but, like, say I would have made that 60, and then say I would have, like, you know, the play would have turned out to like 100 or something like that. I still wouldn't have been ready. I would have failed again. Like, I would have got lucky for another instance, and then it would have caught up to me because I wasn't humbled. You know what I mean? Like, it's another thing too, I was talking to my friend Stacy about yesterday. You know what I mean? You can't look at, like, people coming into your life and, like, you know, failing or whatever. Like, say you're messing with somebody, it doesn't work out, right? You can't look at it like, yo, they wasted your time. It's like, now you have a new learning experience.
Absolutely. Like, I agree with that.
You might see a trend going on in your life with certain people, and you might say, like, yo, why do I always meet these kinds of people? And now you realize, hey, you're not meeting these kinds of people because of that. You're meeting these kinds of people because you got to change something within yourself to meet the kind of people you need to meet.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You need to kind of go somewhere else. So, like, even that kind of goes into networking as well. So, you know, you put yourself in a room that you're always in, and you know how far you're really going to get. You surround yourself with your peers that, you know, aren't as ambitious as you would want them to be. You know, maybe you're not as ambitious as well. So
you believe in the birds of a feather theory?
To a certain extent, for real. I mean, because everybody has different crowds of friends, but, like, say, like, I look at it like this, right? Like, when I go to certain events and I see people there, and I'm like, talking, like, you know, like, really staying here and investing my time here, it's not going to help me in the long run, because I might have, like, a negative perspective after this. You know what I mean? If I'm at this event and if I'm indulging in certain things I shouldn't be indulging in, or, like, talking to people I shouldn't be talking to, like, where is it gonna grow me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm a plant, right? And when I go to certain places, I'm putting myself into a smaller pot. I can't grow there. But, like, say if I go somewhere, and, like, this is where, like, me, like, a couple years ago when I was going to a bunch of industry events, like I felt like when I was going to these events, you know, my pot was growing, and like, you know, I was a smaller plant in a bigger pot, but I was still kind of growing into, you know, something new. And like even now, I feel like I need to kind of find a new pot. So, you know, I'm looking for different places to network and more people to connect with, because the things I was thinking about years ago, I don't think about anymore. And the realm I was in before, I don't feel as if I'm in that realm anymore.
That was very well said, bro.
I appreciate it. That was on the fly. Hopefully I didn't fail that one.
Nice freestyle.
But yeah, so I mean, that's why like I encourage people, like even when I reached out to somebody to learn about options, right? Like that was me exiting the comfort zone, because I'm sitting here, I'm like, I didn't know what the hell that was.
Yeah.
And you know, within like 3-4 months of doing it, I sold my first $60,000 loss. But you know, a lot of people, they trade safe, they do all these things. They don't see these losses, but they see a nice smooth growth.
Yeah.
And like now I'm like, you know, now I kind of have a little better perspective on that in my investments as well. So, you know, I encourage people to kind of leave their comfort zone. You know what I mean? If you're comfortable in the one place, you're not growing. You know what I mean? Maybe take on a new hobby, take on, you know, look at new friends. Not like actually looking for new friends, but you know, have different conversations, because the same conversations aren't going to grow you as a person. You need to be watered into. I look at that. Like I think about that a lot. Like I'm looking for new hobbies at this point.
Okay.
Like,
now, are your hobbies is something that you just enjoy? Because you turn a lot of your hobbies into money grabs. So can you at least find a hobby that you're just gonna enjoy and not try to make $1 off of?
I mean, one of my hobbies that I enjoy, like say like I have an event Friday night and I'm off like Saturday or Sunday. Like I like you know, meal prepping in the crib.
Yeah, I like that. Friends, yes.
You know what I mean? I'm sitting here, I'm cooking, and like the other day I actually I cooked something I shouldn't have cooked. So as you guys know, I'm Jamaican.
I don't think anybody knew you were Jamaican, but okay.
Fuck you. So I had like a bunch of Scotch bonnets in the crib. So I was like, yo, I'll make some rice and peas. I didn't have any chicken, so I was like, I'm gonna make a jerk salmon. So I had mad Scotch bonnets and I had some Trinidadian ghost peppers, right? From like something I did on the earlier week. Yeah. Here's the thing though. I also had a powdered version as well, because I was on set and I was making like a bunch of the peppers for like a show. Whatever. So I had it powdered. All of it was mixed together. Like the Trinidadian ghost pepper and the Scotch bonnet was all powdered and mixed together. Whatever. So I made my rice and peas, you know, my coconut milk, you know, and you got to always use the kidney beans from scratch. You're not using a can, you know, from dry. 2 hours, not bad. The recipe was like 1 Scotch bonnet. I added 2 because I'm like, you know what? I'm Jamaican. Right? Making my jerk salmon marinade. I got my thyme. I got my scallions, my garlic, my ginger.
I'm getting hungry.
Oh, I got some food in the fridge. You want a steak? I got another New York strip I can cook up. But whatever. So I'm like, cool. I got my allspice. You know what I mean? I'm chilling. I don't got no pimento seeds, but it is what it is. So I add some of the seasoning on the dried up Scotch bonnet and Trinidadian ghost pepper. I'm like, cool. Whatever. Let it marinate. The rice is almost done. I'm like, all right, it's time to make the fish. And I'm like, damn, did I add enough? I'm like, all right, so I added some more. This is where I fucked up, bro. I swear to God, bro. I put that motherfucker on the pan. Oh, bro, I couldn't breathe. I fucking couldn't breathe, bro. All that fucking pepper got into my nose. I couldn't breathe. So at this point, I'm like, okay, whatever. I finished it off in the oven. I'm like, all right, everything's coming out. Right? So I played everything up. It looks beautiful. I'll show you a picture of it, bro. So I'm happy. Like I had to put a little honey on top because I'm like, yo, give it a nice little glaze. But I didn't make like a little jerk sauce. I just put the honey on. I didn't make a sauce. So I was like, whatever. So put it on my plate. I started eating. I swear to God, I started crying, bro.
It was too hot. So yeah. Oh I could tell it was gonna be hot by the.
Oh my God! I was supposed to go out Saturday night, bro. Bro, I ain't want to tell nobody. I was stuck. I was stuck.
I can only imagine the shit you took. That shit be burning as hell.
Boy. Let it burn. So whatever. So it was still good as hell. So I finished it. Whatever.
Wait, what?
I finished it. I'm not wasting my food, bro. That was $40 worth of salmon, bro.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
Listen, I live by myself, bro.
Okay, all right.
Bro, $40 worth of salmon, motherfucker, nah. So whatever. So I went through hell that night. Whatever. Like I dubbed every plan. Dubbed everything. Whatever. The next day, since I packaged it all up, I had some more. But it was better this time because I put a little barbecue sauce.
Mentally
cut
prepared.
That shit. Yeah. Bro. I got some in the fridge if you want to try some. It's not that bad.
No, I'm not trying to burn it. You're not trying to burn Skrill.
Yo, listen, cleans out your sinuses.
I'm pretty sure that shit knocked the shit out of you, bro. I'm pretty sure that shit knocked you out.
Oh boy, I was going through it, bro. I was going through it, bro. I feel like I cried for a bit, bro. Like I was going, but I mean, I'm Jamaican, so I had to deal with it.
God bless.
Bon. Nah, but actually, let me talk about that as well. So I noticed like a lot of people might be like, "Yo, bro, you're not really Jamaican." You know what I mean? This, that, and the third. Like, why are you just now saying you're Jamaican, right? So recently, right, I was speaking to somebody from another country. And they was teaching me that, you know, like in like say like in Europe, right? There's no like when you take like a census or answer like anything for a college. Yeah. There's no black. Or
in Europe?
Like it's like it's either you're like Nigerian mixed with this or Jamaican mixed with this, like your culture's actually spelled out.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here, I'm like, as an American, like on any census I fill out, it's African American.
Yeah.
I apply for a job, African American.
Yeah,
I mean, nowadays when I apply for a job, I put white. Because sometimes I want the fucking job, bro. I'm tired of this.
Wait, hold on. So you lie?
Yeah, bro.
But
I mean, the thing is, like, my real name, like, they're like, yeah, this guy's obviously black, but I'm gonna start going by Kane. I'm gonna be like, yeah, my name is Kane. Instead, Kane kind of sounds a little white. Don't sound that black, right?
Bro, Kane sounds black too.
Fuck, bro. Damn it, bro. Damn it, mom. Yo, bro, it kills me, bro. Like, dang. I mean, like, I like my unique name, but maybe I should kind of, you know, on paper, call myself. What's a white name? Like Jeremy?
Bryant.
Bryant? Oh, like McLovin. So whatever. So I digress. So after speaking to her and seeing that, I'm like, yo, bro, like, I want to start acknowledging my culture, and I don't really know like where my dad's side of the family's from. It's like more so like, you know, slave culture, black. Same like my grandfather, like, you know, from like South Carolina and such. So I looked at like my great grandfather on my grandmother's side. He was an immigrant from Jamaica. A light-skinned immigrant from Jamaica, which is cool. So I'm like, let me just embrace that a part of the culture I know. Even though I might be like 112, like 0.12, like, you know, what is it, 12% Jamaican? I'm sorry. I'm like, fuck it, like, I'm Jamaican now.
Rude boy.
So I'm sitting here. I'm like, I now have a culture to embrace because I always felt like as an American, you're stripped of your culture. Like I felt like. Like, I felt like really Americanized. I'm sitting here, I'm going home eating a meatloaf sometimes. Like, shit, nigga, where's my culture? I be talking to a certain woman, and I'm like, they're talking about, you know, like the cultural garb or, like, you know, the cuisine of their food. And I'm like, shit, like you know, I cook a mean roast beef. You feel me?
So now you say oxtail and not tails.
Right? For sure, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I never said tails first. I'm not.
Cool.
I've always been cultured.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Now more so, like I embrace other people's culture. So like that's why when I even do like the Afrobeat party,
that's coming up soon, right?
That's Friday, yeah.
That's Friday. There we go.
I feel very
good plug.
Appreciate it. I feel very happy doing it because, you know, I'm embracing somebody else's culture, and like it's such a proud culture. You know what I mean? Usually it's my events more so geared to Nigerians because I don't have a lot of Ghanaian DJs. My designer for my flyer is from Ghana though.
Shouts to Kojo.
Says he's gonna get to watch this early. But yeah, so I like to embrace like everybody's culture, and I like, you know, I really like it. That's why like I really started like I'm really a suya guy now. Like I be having a suya on my jollof. I gotta really try fufu.
I didn't get anybody to bring me some good Jello rice, and I'm cool with Kojo.
Jollof, yeah. Know who made the first jollof rice that I enjoyed?
Who?
Edie.
Wow, Edie.
I know it was her mom or whatever, but it was at like get together we had. And it was like so good, and I was like, I just kept eating it. I felt bad because I just kept eating it. I was so drunk, but it was so good. I was like, what the hell is this? And then like now, like I have somebody that cooks for all these events now, because through my hospitality group, I say, yo, if I'm having a club event, I have to have a food component in each event. So now, like, we have Jollof, we have Suya, we have Yam at these events that we're doing, in all these events. So I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, actually. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, because I'm like, if I'm gonna embrace somebody's culture, I'm gonna go all the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Respectfully, I just really want them to. I want everybody, all the attendees, to like really enjoy themselves.
Yeah. No, I respect that. That's dope.
Yeah, it's like, at the end of the day, I still feel like I'm appropriating to a certain point. But I want to appropriate respectfully. Like, you know how like those certain white people try to appropriate respectfully? They, trying to put money back in the community, pay the right people. Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah.
That kind of touches on that thing as well. But that was what was on my mind, bro.
No, bro, I'm very proud of you on this episode.
Oh, for real, yeah.
This really shows the range of you as a podcaster if you choose to pursue this seriously.
Oh, nah, for real.
Nah, this was dope. This was dope. I really appreciate the transparency of losing $60K, because most people, like I said, I look at you sometimes and it's like, damn, yo, you don't like. I come to this amazing house. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're always throwing up parties. You were just courtside at the Nets game. You have the image of somebody who's very highly successful. So to see the transparency and hear the transparency of like you taking your L's too, that was dope, bro.
Nah, bro, you don't understand. I took so many freaking L's. I take L's all the time. I remember like you would do like really big events. Like I've lost. Like, even events, bro. Like, I've lost thousands of dollars, bro.
Sheesh.
Bro, I think I lost like $1,000 last weekend, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah, but then you put out the highlight reel of how lit the party looks, and then everybody assumes that it was just a grand old time.
Yeah, nah. Perception is everything. So, like, I just invest in my proper content, and I say, you know what? Like, I'm happy to be alive and have the opportunity to do what I do. But, as that, I'll end the We Working podcast with that. I would end it with like a story, for real.
Nah, you told some good stories.
Oh, word! I hit my story quote. I got it in the story.
Yeah. Nah, you did it well, bro.
So thank you guys for still watching the We Working podcast. I know it was really rough these past 2 episodes because Legals was fucking. But we're back. We're back on wholesome content time. So now if my mom watches this one,
she'll be very proud.
She ain't gonna watch this shit. All right, dogs. Later. Thank you. Stay focused, LA.